Nein, wir sind nicht gesehen, eben. Aber das ist etwas Ähnliches. Komm mit. Katharina. Komm mit.
Hello. How?
Shrubbery tree with the characteristic oak like leaves, oak wood made good digging sticks and bows, acorns cooked together, roasted and added.
Let's have a service berry.
I have 21 pictures left on here.
Oh my gosh, you have spare.
Yes, I do.
Just because this seems like the simple trail, please have caution.
I can see the scratch in my lens. Is that a stop?
Oh, is that
This is where two started.
No, it's that way. Spruce Canyon Lodge and subdivision. They're selling at $100 per square foot. Could you say that again, louder? Say it.
Oh, this is amazing.
It is cool. Wouldn't this be a neat like tree house to live in, or whatever it's called?
It's so much more intact than the other ruins.
Wow.
Wait, this guy seems to know something. Wouldn't you like to live here?
They understood weight. Look at this one. Look how big it was. See there? And they filled it in. Another balcony right here. Another cook. Another hearth. Okay. Notice up here. We don't know what this is. We don't know.
That could be the jail. Maybe that's the jail.
Don't know. And in part, at Mesa Verde, in the archaeological world, if you don't know, see, if you don't know what it is, it's ceremonial. Okay. So that's ceremonial. Okay.
Oh, we're not supposed to touch it? No, I'm just goofing around. Is it right to touch it? I don't know. Can we? Turn it into a pumpkin.
Siehst du das da hier? Guck, da geht's mit der
Ja, aha. Eigentlich mitkommen. Natürlich, komm. Right here. Just right here.
Looking for 1 and 2. I know there's one over here. I know, because there's trees over there. So I met.
Speculated that fires may have burned in the rear of the cave 24 hours a day.
That's why it was burnt, see?
Oh, okay. For fires. But then where'd the smoke go? You know, the chimneys and all that stuff. This way,
That
yeah.
way, see how it's all.
Who cares?
They wouldn't live anyway that long.
The courtyard before you was filled with activity. Here, women ground corn into flour, made pottery, wove in baskets, and prepared food.
What number are you talking?
3.
3? Where is it? Oh, it's right there.
And stone tools, feathers, blankets, or prepared for summer planting. Older people sat in the sun and talked, while children domesticated turkeys and barking dogs scurried about the palazzo. Ladders in the courtyard protrude from 2 kivas whose roofs have been restored by the National Park Service. The purpose of the kivas will be explained at step 6. Virtually all kivas in Mesa Verde lost their roofs through weathering, and only a few have been constructed.
Interesting.
Reconstructed.
So what's this? You say?
Number 4. The 3-story building to your left has a design drawn on the back wall of the 2nd story. The residents of this village attempted to brighten the sandstone.
Yeah.
Brighten the sandstone walls with colored plastic. This is one of the many designs found throughout
You take a picture of me with it?
and may have been either symbolic or purely decorative. 4.
4. Okay.
It's right there.
Beyond the roofless kiva in the foreground.
Oh, look at a kiva.
No, it's like a bikini.
What is the purpose of a kiva anyway?
Wait till step 6.
Oh, I see.
This is 4.
I know.
No,
The roofless kiva in the foreground, there are 2 rows of rooms and a large trash area in the rear. Apparently, refuse was disposed of in front and in back of living quarters. The path in which you are standing rests on one of the trash mounds. There's also a burial area. This was not disrespectful, but merely a matter of practicality. Trash areas were the easiest places to dig in during winter months. Occasionally, burials are also uncovered in sealed rooms in the back of the caves. Although numerous remains have been found, they do not account for the number of people who would have died during the period that Spruce Tree House was occupied. This is one of the many unsolved mysteries that archaeologists have.
How would you like to live one of these? Did you go down there?
What?
Did you go down there?
Yeah.
What is down there?
It's the same as down there, but then there's a roof on top.
A room?
Yeah, and it's very dark.
Oh, okay. Thanks. David, is this where you explain the kiva? I've been listening. What is the kiva?
Reconstructed kiva.
Oh, I see. What does the kiva say?
What does it say?
Right, I've been wasting media.
Oh, I'm reading it.
Could you just read it out like you did before?
Why do I have to?
Just a couple sentences. Read it.
Which one? Look into the kiva at the right as you read this. Yeah. Number 6. Archaeologists have inferred the uses of this room from the kivas of present-day Pueblo peoples who are believed to be the descendants of the Anasazi.
We ate
Modern Pueblos, groups of men and women form special societies to care for the spiritual needs of the village. These societies have several major concerns: ensuring favorable growing weather, curing illness, guaranteeing successful hunts and harvests, bringing about village harmony and perpetuation of the people. When no ceremonies are taking place, the kiva may be used as a work area or as a social gathering place. It is assumed that kivas had similar functions in
Church or something?
In contrast of the living rooms, the kivas had an efficient ventilation system. The large pit in the center of the floor was a fireplace. Fresh air was drawn in through the ventilator shaft at your feet, hit the reflector wall between the ventilator outlet and the fire pit, and circulated evenly through the kiva. Smoke rose vertically through the entryway. Beyond the fire pit in the center of the floor is a small hole. This hole, called a sipapu, represents the opening through which man emerged onto the face of the earth and was important in certain ceremonies. Papus are still found in some modern kivas. Small openings are often found in the walls of kivas, as is the case here. These openings, called niches, held special ceremonial objects such as turquoise, shell beads, and prayer sticks. These are 6 pillars known as pilasters, built upon a bench or beneath it. The bench was used for storage of many ceremonial objects. The pilasters supported the beams of the roof. To the rear and left of the kiva is a large boulder. Where's the rear?
Listen, pretend to be reading.
Look at it closely. Can you see shallow grooves where people ground and sharpened tools? The cylindrical room above the boulder, one of many in Mesa Verde, remains a mystery to archaeologists. On the mesa top, round structures are often connected to a kiva by a tunnel and perhaps indicated some kind of ceremonial use. These buildings
ceremonial. They didn't know when they said ceremonial.
On canyon overlooks, suggesting that they served as lookout towers. Here, however,
wait, are we talking kivas still? What are we talking?
Yeah. Nor
lookout towers and they're built in the ground. How do they
In the
illuminate?
front left corner of the courtyard are grinding bins. Here women knelt with their heels against the back wall and used the mano, or hand stone, to grind corn, nuts, berries, and roots on the large flat stone, or metate. As they grow round, the food, the substance and grit was also mixed with food. This abrasive mixture ground down the Anastasi's teeth and must have caused them great pain.
Oh, interesting.
So,
Is this the area behind there?
That's called the ventilator.
And they won't be on our way. So here, make it. Oh, please, do you want to do it now? Okay, just here. I'm not letting you through. Can you guys turn around? Other one guys. Super job.
让它钻进去这边，钻进去。
Let's look at the spruce tree house. You can see that very little restoration has been done on the dwelling. About 90% of spruce tree house is original and still intact. No attempt is made to reconstruct areas which were already in ruin when archaeologists first excavated and stabilized here. It is National Park Service policy to, why do we have to read this? To remortar gaps in the wall and do minor repair work on a regular basis to prevent deterioration, but not to reconstruct the dwelling itself. The wall behind this kiva is one of the few places in Spruce Tree House where some reconstruction was necessary. Notice the jagged tracing that forms an arc along the wall. I see it. The entire center section of this wall collapsed into the kiva sometime after the Anasazi left the area. In an effort to prevent the upper portion and sides from also falling, archaeologists reconstructed the walls as they thought it originally looked. The same techniques have been used throughout Mesa Verde. Sometimes it takes very close observation to tell the difference between Anasazi work and our modern day repairs. Yeah, I don't think so.
There's that hole.
Along the top of the wall, to the right of the kiva, is a sandstone that be randomly placed there. At first glance, you might think that this was done recently, yet these stones represent a dry wall constructed by the Anasazi. Whether a mortared wall collapsed and the stones were stacked as temporary repair work, or the wall was built deliberately in this fashion, the fact is that the stones have remained in this condition for hundreds of years and not. You've got to be kidding me, I'm not reading all this. These are the storage rooms where the Anasazi placed corn, beans, squash, or other food after it was harvested and dried. The rooms were sealed shut with a sandstone slab to prevent rats and mice from invading food supplies. Rooms such as these are typical in all cliff rooms. As you came down the trail, you may have noticed other small rooms high in the cliff face near the spring area. These were also storage rooms associated with Spruce Tree House.
Remember we saw storage rooms in the cliff lower Calf Falls.
Imagine how important it must have been for the Anasazi to store up enough food to last them during the long, cold winter months. The reason or reasons behind the Anasazi to move into the caves are difficult to determine. It was once thought that they may have moved down from the mesa tops for defensive purposes, but no evidence of hostile neighbors or warfare has yet been found. It is also suggested they may have moved into the caves to better protect themselves from the elements.
That's what I think.
We just don't know.
I think it's ceremonial. No, I think it's no, I think
Let's just go with ceremony.
No, I think it's going to be warmer here in the wintertime.
The reasons for their departure are more certain.
Oh, this is what I was curious.
The Anasazi had lived on the Mesa Verde for well over 700 years by the time they began constructing the cliff dwellings. During this time, the population was growing rapidly.
Ah, I see overpopulation.
Years of farming had depleted the land. Timber was probably becoming scarce. The forage for game may have diminished, forcing hunters farther afield. And added to these problems, tree ring studies have shown that the area suffered through a prolonged drought from about 1276 to 1299.
Yeah.
There may have been other complicating factors too. At any rate, the Anasazi had had enough and began migrating south during the late 13th and early 14th centuries. Today, the descendants of their people, the Hopi and other Pueblo dwellers, live in northern New Mexico and Arizona. Navajos and Apaches now occupy much of their domain.
Like
that's
we
the
ate at
story.
the inn, the Anastasia Inn. That guy who served us, he's a descendant of these people. That one guy who served us. Pardon me. Sorry.